All right. All right, welcome students. We know that there've been quite a few changes as we've moved from fully online instruction to having some students in the building and some students online. And so we wanted to take just a little bit and try to clarify some of the procedures, some of the practices, some of the things that we expect from our online learners, because we do know that there've been a couple of changes. And so just as a reminder, my name is Mr. Pinley. If you haven't met me before, I'm the principal here at Clark Middle School. I've got my assistant principal, Ms. Lurch Batson, and our two instructional coaches, Ms. Page and Ms. Towser with us. We're going to take just a few minutes to go through a couple of things. I'm going to start by sharing my screen so that you can read along with the same things that I'm seeing. One of the things that I want to point out is if you want to access this presentation, because it's got some links in it that you may want to see later, you can use this bit.ly that's right here. It's bit.ly/CMS online. The C, the M, the S, and the O all need to be capital for that to work for you. And it's on the next slide as well, so you don't have to worry about getting it all typed in right away. So what happened? Why did everything online change? Well, basically, we had the problem here at Clark Middle where we had to figure out how to serve all of our students who came back to school in person, which was about 400, together with all of our students who stayed home online. It's about 300, 350 students. And we had to figure out how to make sure that we offered all of them the same classes, the same levels, the same supports in both of those formats. And so that means that we had to make a couple of changes to the way that we were doing online instruction. So some of the things that stayed the same is that you are still going to be using a combination of Zoom and Google Classroom. You're still going to be having both synchronous, meaning live time with your teachers, as well as asynchronous time where you get to work on your own. And there's still the expectation that you're logging in every day for those synchronous sessions to be part of your classroom. Some of the things that were different are we had to change the bell schedule and the class times just a little bit because we had to align our in-person schedule with our online schedule. We added 2 different sections to the day. So instead of just taking 1 connections class each day, you're now taking 2. And we've created an advisement ELT section, whereas before you were only meeting that advisement class twice a week. Now we're meeting with that advisement ELT block every day in the week. We had to make some pretty big changes to our connections classes, and we'll talk a little bit more about those in just a second. And again, we added that advisement block where as we move forward after the Thanksgiving break, we're also going to be doing a little bit of work that would be similar to what you would have done during ELT or extended learning time. For those 6th graders who are tuning in for this, ELT is a personalization time. It's sort of a flexible part of your day that can be used for lots of different things. And so I'm going to turn it over next to our next presenter, who's going to introduce herself, and she's going to talk a little bit about our schedule.
Hi guys, I'm Miss Lurch Batson. Some of you guys may know me as Miss Patel from last year. I did change my name, same person. I'm one of our assistant principals and I work primarily with 8th grade, but I'll see others of you around the school. And Mr. Pinley is going to put that slide back up, and just like he was just talking about that the schedule has changed a little bit, here's a visual of that schedule. And if you go to the bit.ly that Mr. Pinley shared, you can click on this link and see it yourself. But our distance learning bell schedule has 7 periods now instead of what you had before, and the times are a little different. So it's really important that you're paying attention to what time you need to log in, and to note that you guys have both connections every day, including Fridays. You're going to log into all of your classes on Fridays now so that you can be a part of everything that's going on with your in-person students.
And can I add something to that, Ms. Lurch Batson?
Yeah, of course.
And so if you've used the bit.ly and you're pulling up this, this new schedule, the one thing I want to point out is when we were all fully online, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade pretty much had the exact same schedule. And now 6th, 7th, and 8th graders have a slightly different schedule from each other. So if you have a brother or a sister at home and y'all are both learning, your periods are not necessarily going to match up. And so you'll notice I've highlighted it here on this document. You can find the grade 6 schedule at the very top. The grade 7 schedule is in the middle, and the grade 8 schedule is all the way down there at the bottom.
And then to log into your classes, it's still similar to what you did before. You got an email with an updated schedule, and it's really clear which schedule is right because it says updated Q2, and your old schedules are in the trash. So you shouldn't be able to access those at all. So if you go to your schedule doc that was emailed to you, or you can search for it in your Drive, you'll have links to all of your classes. It also includes the times for your classes and your teachers' email addresses. And if you're listening to this and you are thinking, wait, I've never seen a new schedule, email any of your teachers and they can share the link with you again. So you have that right there in your drive. And it's a good idea to go ahead and put a star by this schedule or to bookmark it so you have easy access to get to all of your Zoom links every day. And next, we're going to have Ms. Page talk a little bit more about connections.
Hi, Owls. I'm Miss Page. I'm one of the instructional coaches at Clark Middle, and I'm going to discuss connections in ELT with you guys. All right, so you're going to have 2 connections every day. Most of your connections classes are asynchronous. That means it's just going to be in Google Classroom. So you need to make sure that if you've not already joined the Google Classroom, you accept the teacher's invite and you join the Google class. These classes are going to be graded on a pass-fail basis, except for your world language classes, the high school world language, and I think you guys already know that that's going to be a regular grade, not a pass-fail.
And can I just add, Ms. Page, that there's a helpful note on your schedule so you know which classes are live and which ones are asynchronous and only in Google Classroom. And if you look at the screen right here, there's an example of what that looks like. It'll tell you it meets live via Zoom, or it'll say that otherwise this class is asynchronous with a note. So if you have questions about that, you can also email your connections teachers.
All right, so advisement is going to continue to meet on Mondays and Thursdays like it's done all year. However, on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that time you're still going to make sure to log in because we're going to have ELT activities similar to what we've done in the past. And you need to make sure that you're logging in every day to that advisement link because you're either going to have an advisement session or you're going to have some ELT activities, and unless your teacher gives you different instructions.
Thank you, Ms. Page. And I'm going to let Ms. Tauser then talk about our next topic.
Hi students, I'm Ms. Tauser. It's important to us that you are having a quality experience of learning online. And so if you have any feedback or suggestions that you would like to give us, you can click on this link and go to this forum. You can also reach out to your teachers or your advisor by email. If there's any way that we can help you at all, please don't hesitate to let us know.
All right, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today, students, and any parents who might be watching as well. Again, our goal is that you have the same quality experience online now that you are having earlier in the spring, and that the activities and the learning that you do is comparable to what our students who are in person are doing. So please, if there's anything that you want to tell us, please use this form to give us some feedback, and we look forward to seeing you online. Thank you so much.